Hey folks, happy Esther. Fun here with a holiday episode of Aquanaut's Holiday Hidden Memories. Let's see what the good Dr. Kemmelman knows about this whole pilgrim business. Holy shit, what an expression. Henry Pilgrim, is it? And apparently he was a terrible man causing mayhem. And considering that just triggered a main episode, I guess this Henry Pilgrim is going to be important. Chief Kimmelman, Lord of all he surveys. Anyway, that seems to have touched off something with Jessica, so let's see what she knows. I don't know why Mr. Journalist sounds so surprised. We already heard that from Kemmelman. But the Sea of Calling is a good lead. Anyway, Jessica's gonna do the background research while we do the hands-on stuff. However, we're going to have to find our way to the Sea of Calling first, and that could be a little tricky. Well, nothing for it but to head back out into the big blue. Right back to the Sea of Tranquility, where we began. And our immediate goal here is going to be finding the very first singer that we ever contacted. And I can already hear him off in the distance. So we'll just head in his direction. And thanks to the semi-randomized fish patterns, we'll be able to find some new guys along the way. Shake hands with the devil. Now that sort of stationary hovering fish there is our target. Yes, we shall. Ping, damn you. There we go. And this time we're going to be doing his level 1 Twitter instead of his level 0, since we already completed one. And it's going to be a little more complicated and multi-stage, as you can see. Still pretty simple stuff. And that touches off a log. Yeah, the Twitters will get longer little by little, and so on and so forth. Just explaining the level up system that we already knew about. In any case, we're gonna need lots of culture juice. So we're going to do some more of those level 1 Twitters. Every now and then Aqua Hall stops to load fish data or something of the sort, and the game just pauses for it. Normally I'll be editing these out. Ping. Don't. Much better. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, 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 doot. So you see, you usually get bits and pieces of the whole Twitter string at a time. And then in the final round, you just piece it all together. Even the leveled up repeats that we're doing right now are still pretty easy, but as we get further into the game and meet late game singers, they will get much more complicated. Anyway, our banjo-y seahorse is not far away, so let's go ahead and drain his meme. Oh, and while I was communicating with the seahorse, I wasn't really paying much attention to that shark that went by. I thought it was just our great white again. But it actually wasn't. It's somebody new. Fortunately, I'll be able to catch up with him again later. We're getting our globe of fish culture nice and full again. Shouldn't be long now. And I believe we've got one more singer a little farther off past the School of Barracuda. I didn't know the whales patrol came all the way over in this direction. He's a well-traveled whale. This guy will have our most complicated contact yet. But even still, they're not going to get actually difficult for a little while. God, I love the Picasso triggerfish's happy dance. And we've just filled up our meme. Which means it's time to hit up the panel again, and see what kind of upgrade we get. Ooh. Research in deeper areas. Now, where have we seen a deeper area before? Actually, where is a very good question. I went in the wrong direction and got completely disoriented for a while. But on the bright side, I did find our shark again, and registered him as the handsome pelagic thresher that he is. Sea of Calling, that's what we wanted. And we should be able to make our way through this deep cave now, without the dolphin complaining about the depth. Oh, and I accidentally pressed R3 here, which causes the map orientation to change. Now the map rotates with us instead of always facing north. Not very useful to me, but the option's there if you want it. Can't see shit. Ah, here we go. Hey, cool. Decent money for it, too. And something else of interest seems to be down here. Oh, an anglerfish. And that reminds me of something I find a little bit awkward about this game. It's kind of artificially shallow. That is, you don't have to go down a realistic depth before you start finding dark areas and deep-sea fangly fish. I understand why they did that. It's probably so you can encounter more diverse environments and sea life without actually having to descend for an hour or have huge amounts of pelagic emptiness. And I think it's the right call. It's a good trade-off. It just does feel a little bit odd. Hey, we made it! The Sea of Calling. What will we find here? Well, that you'll have to find out next time. This has been Un. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.